With social media and technology advancing at such a rapid pace, it can be difficult for parents to keep up with what their kids are doing online. And it's no surprise that most children are more tech-savvy than their parents. They spend most of their time playing games and interacting with other people through social media platforms. But many kids don't really know how to protect themselves while they're online. This is why parents need to make sure that their kids have a basic understanding of how to stay safe on social media. If you're worried about your child using social media, then this video is for you. We will discuss 3 important things that every kid needs to know to stay safe on social media. Number 1. Teach children about protecting personal information. Children are naturally curious by heart and tend to ask questions about everything they come across. This is even more pronounced when they're online because they see all these new exciting things that they might want to try out. However, there are certain things that your child should never share with anyone over social media. These include their full name, home address, phone number, school name, passwords, and other identifying information. This is because any one of these could potentially be used to find out more information about your child or even put their safety at risk. For example, someone could use their name and address to find out what school they go to and then show up there pretending to be a parent or guardian. They could also use their phone number to call and trick them into doing something. Or they could use their password to get into their account and see everything they see. So it's important that your kids know which details should never be shared over social media. As a parent, you should also teach your children to think twice before sharing anything personal about themselves. You can do this by setting a good example and being mindful of what information you share online yourself. In addition, you should make sure that your kids use strong passwords that are at least 8 characters long and contain a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Also, let them know that they should always keep their accounts private so only friends and family can see what they post. Another thing you should teach your child is to log out of their accounts after each use, especially if they're using a computer that other people have access to, such as at school or a library. This is an important step that many people forget to take, and it can compromise their security. Number 2, teach children to recognize and avoid harmful content. It's no secret that the internet has its fair share of inappropriate and sometimes even dangerous content. From cyber scams and phishing attacks to viruses and malware, there are plenty of things that could harm your child's device or put their personal information at risk. That's why it's so important to teach your kids about online safety and make sure they know how to avoid harmful content. For example, you should help them understand what kinds of things are considered inappropriate or unsafe to view online and why they should never click on suspicious-looking links or download files from unknown sources. In addition, your kids should never accept friend requests from people they don't know in real life, because this could be a scammer trying to trick them into giving up personal information. You should also teach them that it's okay to say no and walk away if someone is making them feel uncomfortable or unsafe. And remind them that they can always talk to you or another trusted adult if something happens. By taking these steps, you'll be able to help your child recognize and avoid harmful content so they can stay safe while using social media. Remember, knowledge is power, and your kids are more likely to stay safe if they know what to look out for. Number 3, teach them about safe online communication. Most kids are aware that they shouldn't talk to strangers, but they may not realize that the same rule applies to social media as well. After all, just because someone has a pretty profile picture or has lots of friends doesn't mean that they're a nice person. In fact, there are plenty of scammers and catfishers out there who use social media to trick people into giving them money or personal information. That's why it's so important to teach your child that not everyone they meet online is who they say they are. You should also remind them that just because someone is famous or has a lot of followers doesn't mean that they are perfect. Many celebrities and influencers carefully craft the images they share online, so it's easy to get caught up in their seemingly perfect lives. However, it's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes and no one is perfect. So before your child starts talking to someone new on social media, they should make sure to do their research and make sure that the person is who they say they are. Another thing you should teach your child is to always be kind and respectful when communicating online. It can be easy to forget this when interacting with people anonymously, but it's important to remember that words can hurt just as much online as they can in real life. By teaching your child these important communication skills, you'll be helping them make smart decisions when talking to people online. In addition to teaching your child about online safety, it's also important to set some ground rules for their social media use. This could include things like how long they're allowed to be on social media each day, which websites and apps are off limits, or whether they're allowed to create their own accounts. You may also want to consider monitoring their activity for a certain amount of time until you're confident they can handle the responsibility of having access to social media without supervision. It's also important to stay informed about the social media platforms your child is using. New apps and websites are constantly popping up, so it's important to make sure you're familiar with them before your child uses them. This way, you'll be able to spot any potential dangers and take steps to mitigate them. Finally, it's important to lead by example when it comes to social media use. Your child is more likely to follow your lead than listen to your rules, so make sure you're modeling the behavior you want to see in them. This means being mindful of how much time you spend on social media, being respectful in your online interactions, and taking breaks when needed. By following these tips, you can help your child stay safe while using social media so they can enjoy all the benefits it has to offer. Remember, knowledge is power, and your child is more likely to make good decisions if they're informed and empowered. So take the time to talk to your child about online safety and set some ground rules for their social media use. It may seem like a hassle now, but it could save them a lot of trouble down the road. In conclusion, social media is an increasingly important part of our lives. It's important for parents to make sure that their kids are using it safely and responsibly. By teaching them about protecting personal information, avoiding harmful content, and communicating respectfully with others, you can help your child enjoy all the benefits of social media while staying safe. So take the time to talk to your kids about online safety and set some ground rules for their social media use. It may seem like a hassle now, but it could save them a lot of trouble in the future. If you found this video helpful, please let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and happy parenting.